moving you too far. Any song at every bar, here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers Music Scene.
Hey guys, this is Madison and Reed with the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast here with Austin Gilliam at the DKC Cookers Rodeo Austin BBQ Cook-Off. Welcome, Austin.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
How are you doing today?
Doing good. How about y'all?
We're doing good, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're excited to see your set in a little bit. What time are you playing at?
It's supposed to be 4:30 to 6.
Okay, and you're with your band, the Well Fed Texans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
How did y'all come to be? Like you and the band come together?
Well, I just needed to hire musicians, and Clay Rhinelander has been with me now for, I don't know, going on about 5 years. And then with him being a mainstay in the band, and we had a guy named Tony Valdez that was playing bass for us as well. So I was just like, these guys are about as big as I am. We like food. Well Fed Texans it is. And so we've just been, you know, I've always gone as Austin Gilliam, but I finally wanted to put a moniker on the outfit that is the power trio that we are. So Well Fed Texans seemed kind of fitting because anybody that I hire to play in the band, they like food too. It just comes with the territory.
When you were building out your band, were you intentionally looking for a power trio, or did that just happen? How does that come about?
It just happened. I used to roll around as a 4-piece and have a second guitar player in the band, but whenever COVID hit, a lot of places couldn't really afford, you know, to have full bands in general. But then I realized if I want to keep good musicians around, I need to pay them a little bit more. So it was like, all right, just knocking down a power trio again. I did it whenever I was first starting off, and it's easier to roll around that way. It's a lot less expensive.
Yeah.
And a lot less gear that you got to haul around. So just a little bit easier as a power trio.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How is it different than kind of, playing like a solo show and with your trio?
it's different because it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a lot more powerful. And it's a lot more rock and roll because that's, there's a lot of room that we have to fill sonically. And so being the only guitar player, I have to make sure that it sounds as big as it can because I'm the only guitar player. But with a solo show, I can get away with a lot more songs that aren't on the set list for the Well Fed Texans just because I know hundreds and hundreds of songs the band doesn't know. You know what I mean? So, it's good and it's bad. It's just a different vibe sometimes. And I like to have those intimate shows as a solo act a lot of times, especially if it's like a listening room environment. But for the most part, if you want to get rowdy, like places like this,
Yeah.
it's good to have some backup, you know what I mean?
For sure. And I feel like you are one of the more well-known names in New Braunfels amongst the musicians there. Have you always been from the New Braunfels area? Are you new to it? What has your journey been like making an established name for yourself there?
Started off back in the late 2000s in 2006.
Okay.
I actually joined a band called the Scott Wiggins Band in Corpus Christi, was where I'm originally from, at least that area of South Texas. And we moved up as a band in 2006, and I was with them until about 2009, and just so basically been in New Braunfels since that time. And I just didn't go home. I just stayed up in New Braunfels and been there since. So going on 20 years now,
How do you think the New Braunfels community, and there's a pretty big music scene in New Braunfels, how do you think that has impacted your music career?
I feel old. I feel
You're
like
one of the
I feel like
OGs. Look at it that way.
the seasoned grizzled veteran, as Miles likes to put it, in New Braunfels, and but it's also something that I've been able to build relationships and maintain these relationships for almost as long as I've been there. So what's really cool about it is a lot of musicians that have friends that want to play in New Braunfels, they say, you need to talk to Austin. sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But it used to work out a lot more. There's just more establishments opening up and relationships that I haven't built yet because I haven't been to those places just yet. Yeah. But it used to be for a while, there was a select few venues and a select few musicians that, we were the kind of the core of the music scene in New Braunfels. There was more of like the touring acts and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes, they live in New Braunfels, but it's not that we don't count them as New Braunfels. Like they don't, you know what I mean? They're touring acts, mm-hmm. So they can get out further than that. And so I just stuck around and try to get out as often as I can. But for the most part, it's just rocking New Braunfels and the surrounding areas.
Yeah,
for the time being, anyway.
Does that make it feel good for you when people are like, Austin's the guy to talk to if you're trying to get into this space in New Braunfels?
It yes and no. It makes me feel cool because
all the hard work has paid off, or
and it's also and it also reminds me that I have built and maintained that relationship, mm-hmm. and there's some places there that a lot of people have tried for years to get into, and they ask me, how did you get into it, and how are you able to do this? It's like, well, I've been here for almost 20 years, and even before some of these places opened, the managers or owners, they saw me play, back before they were even thought about opening a business on their own. So it's just something that came about that way. So it's just a history thing.
So how would you start that? Like if somebody would ask, like, how do you get in the New Braunfels music scene? Is it just consistency? Obviously it's a huge networking thing. Like, do you think marketing plays a part in it? What do you think is the biggest thing?
Definitely networking, meeting the people face to face and remembering who they are and being able to be in their eyes, not so much the public eye, but their eyes, and go to these different establishments and talk to venue owners, venue managers, and also be a cool person.
Most important.
A good, cool person.
Don't
That would be great.
Sometimes I unfortunately am guilty of sucking in my yesteryear sometimes, but I try not to anymore. So
the growth is all that matters.
Yep, absolutely, for sure.
That's awesome. So what venues in New Braunfels would you say that you look forward to playing the most right now when you have a show?
I'm playing a lot in Green. We just played a place called the Villa last night, and that's becoming a very, very strong music venue in New Braunfels in general. And they take really good care of their artists there, and as well as a place called Green Grove. And anywhere in Green mainly is they're doing a very good job of taking care of artists and harboring, and what's the word I'm looking for? Honing in on what what an artist might need to develop or build. And so those are very good spots for artists to kind of cut their teeth if they need to. They're very open to having young upcoming artists or also people that are new to the area and keeping an open mind. And I think that's really important in helping out artists that want to play in New Braunfels or artists that just want to get a start. So
you recently played at Green Hall a couple weeks ago, right?
Actually,
your show with our friend Kobe Rotan. It's a good friend of ours. I saw y'all were on the same song swap, correct?
Yeah, that's the series that I have called Austin Gilliam and Friends.
Okay, yes, nice. I saw Kobe promoting it and you as well, and I was like, I love that duo because I hadn't seen y'all play before together. Yeah, correct? Like that was the first time.
Yeah, that was the first time we ever played together.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you do those shows, how do you get your friends to come on stage?
Like
Quote
who do you,
friends? Like how do you seek out the musicians when you play those kinds of shows?
What I look for is somebody that I haven't seen play in that venue before, or somebody that hasn't played there in a while. And also it's like a reciprocity thing. If I've got a friend that says, I've got a gig, I would like you to come and play with me. Okay, like, hey, well, come and play this one with me. I've got an opportunity where they want me to bring, some other people along, and that's the format that they want. And then I'll just kind of dig into my bag of tricks, or I'll go into my little black book of musicians and just be like, there
this
you go.
one.
There
you are it today.
There you go. And sometimes it could be a theme. I had a couple where it was like guitar players that were also singer-songwriters. So it was really cool that all three of us were able to kind of just trade off guitar licks throughout the entire night. And then I try to keep it as different as possible each time. I've had repeat artists, but I try to divvy it up a little bit like that because I always want to try to bring something different to the table, So that's how I make those decisions.
Absolutely. So one of our favorite songs, I think it seems like a popular song that you've put out, was Strawberry Lemonade.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that song and kind of how it came to what it is?
I literally love strawberry lemonade as a drink, and I wrote the song in like 15 minutes in my kitchen because I was about to make some strawberry lemonade, and I was just like I was really happy and go like, and I was like, hey, that strawberry lemonade syncopates with that. Oh, okay. And so I like finished making the strawberry lemonade, and then I went and got the guitar, and I was like, okay, here's how it can go. Here's this and blah, blah, blah. And then it just kind of built from there.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't take very long to write. It's only a verse and a chorus. So
I think that's why it's so catchy. Is like it's just like a song that you would kind of hum in your head whenever you're doing something that makes you happy. That's so I like the story behind that because that's the feeling that you get when you listen to it.
It was a lot of fun to write, and it was a lot of fun to record, and I think that translates over whenever people are listening to it. At least that's what they told me whenever they listened to it. I've heard so many different stories about that song. Some people would say that we had that played at our wedding. Some people say I play this song for my kids when they're getting ready for school in the morning. And one of my friends said that he was a teacher at a high school just outside of Austin, and they made Strawberry Lemonade their senior song. And I was like, this is rad.
That's
pretty cool. Yeah. So Twin Rivers, by the way.
There's been a lot of times that like I've gone to Poorhouse, and I think like you or any of your friends were playing, and then like that song, someone started singing it, and all of y'all got on stage and sang it together. And that's been a song I consistently see a lot of like musicians get on stage at a venue and sing together.
I didn't intend for that to happen. Everybody wants that to happen, but I never intended for that to happen. It just came about that way.
It's just a natural urge to get up there and do it.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
It works because we recorded it with a bunch of my friends, Midnight River Choir.
Another shout out.
Where they came in and they did harmony vocals on it, and when you listen to the recording, you can hear that. And so I think that's where the urge might come from for people who want to get up on stage and sing it. And whenever I play it later on today, feel free to jump on stage and sing it with us if you'd like.
Wow.
Right. That'd be fun.
I will. I should have brought my tambourine.
Well, always bring the tambo.
What kind of keeps you going as a musician that like makes you happy and is like fulfilling in the career?
I think being able to constantly be influenced by music and being able to go to shows still and getting a shot in the arm, as they say, be like, man, I want to play some rock and roll now, or and being able to hear people say, this song really helped me get through a rough time, or this song is my favorite. I know that everybody likes this one, but this one's my favorite because of this. And they keep saying we identified with this song for one reason or another. And it means a lot that that's still happening, even as long ago as I released the record. And so that definitely has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Having been in the music industry for 20 plus years, how have you seen the usage of like having to promote yourself on social media affect your music? And like, do you enjoy that aspect of it?
Nobody
shows?
does.
That's a response we get all the time. I'm waiting for the one person that's like, yes, I love this. One of our first podcast guests like really loves doing it. And so I always ask. But
they come from a different time then.
Yeah. He is way younger than us.
But that's
than us.
It's having to remember to advertise and trying to figure out an algorithm and trying to figure out all these little details instead of just going and slapping a poster on the wall of the venue you're going to play in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's a totally different ball game, and it's just it's a necessary evil, I guess, as they say, So
yeah,
but no, I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at your hat right now, and I just noticed that it says sass and ass.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a certain motto that you live by? that keeps you going.
Stay rad.
Stay rad. Do you have any merch that says that or anything?
Not yet, but
Not
we're
yet.
working on it.
Okay,
Not yet.
awesome. Great.
Right.
And do you have any upcoming shows in New Braunfels that you'd like to tell people about?
Yes, actually, we are playing Green Hall coming up on March 12th, and we're going to be co-billing with Case Harden.
Nice.
Cool.
And then March 19th, we'll be at Green Grove, the Well Fed Texans.
Mm-hmm.
And, one more. We're going to be at a bar called El Cockfight in
Wow.
Austin. I didn't come up with the name.
fun
I'm just
name. I like
saying.
it.
It's called El Cockfight.
Yeah.
It used to be the old Handlebar in Austin. We're playing that on Friday, March 14th. I believe that's South by weekend.
Cool.
Okay.
If it's not already starting this weekend, I'm never too sure on that schedule.
Right.
But so March 12th at Green Hall with Case Harden, March 14th at El Cockfight in Austin,
Mm-hmm.
and then March 15th we'll be at Franklin's Tower out in Spring. That'll be
Okay.
a fun one too. If y'all ever get a chance to go check out a show out there, you definitely need to check that out.
Okay.
Talk to Brandy and Jazz and Barrett and everybody.
Nice.
And then Green Grove, like I said, on March 19th as well. So yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
Well, where can people follow you on Instagram, website? Plug yourself so people can follow along.
My handle on just about everything has become Austin Gilliam Music, and that's
Okay.
AustinGilliammusic. I have to spell out my last name because
Had
a
a
lot of people
ring to it,
misspell.
honestly, the way that you said
Yeah,
that.
I was
It
gonna say, you've said
really
this
just
before.
rolls off
Yeah.
the tongue, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Nice.
So,
And then do
yeah.
you have a website too that people can check you out on?
AustinGilliammusic.com.
Perfect. Makes it
Amazing.
easy.
Well,
That's
thank
what I went for.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We want you to sign our poster, if you will.
Absolutely.
Give us
Cool.
a little signature.
Austin Gilliam was here.
Yeah. There we go.
And thanks for
Awesome.
hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
we
y'all.
can't wait to see your set.
Yeah.
Thank you. And congratulations on the podcast, by the way.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it. All right. See you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
No venue too far, any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers music scene.